Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Age of Wonders 4. Guess what? There is a new DLC already being introduced into the game. Yep, it's true, the game just came out, we've already got a new DLC. Turns out Triumph works really fast. It's called Dragon Dawn, as you can see up here in the top right, and it's being announced by Paradox and Triumph Studios today on June 8th, but it's not coming out until June 20th. But good news, I have access to the DLC, so I can show off some of the new features, and they're pretty darn cool, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and create ourselves a quick realm and design a new faction. Now, right off the bat, you're going to notice that lizard folk are a new physical form available in the game, and with these guys come two new traits. We have Poisonous, which gives you blight resistance and a chance for your melee attackers to inflict poison upon an enemy, and we also have Cold-Blooded, reducing morale effects. Now, this doesn't strike me as especially useful from what I'm going for today, though there might be some builds where that is very useful. I'm going to swap this one out for Tenacious, or you could do Overwhelm Tactics instead, but Tenacious works just fine for what I have in mind. And the reason for that is I'm going for a Tier 1 Swarm build, which works really well with the Barbarian Culture in particular. Barbarian Culture gives you some skirmishers and cheap units that are pretty useful in mass. Also, you have structures with extra food and draft income, Primal Strikes, you do more damage on your first hit, and also something called Ritual of Alacrity, where you can move your units onto an outpost or a city, perform the ritual, and they get their move points and a lot of their hit points back. Very good if you want to have a rapid, sustained push from your armies. Now, what kind of traits do we want for this barbarian civilization? Well, I had planned on doing a Chosen Destroyers video anyway, and we're going to stick with that. This is a Pantheon unlocked trait, because I know I do a lot of those, but they're pretty fun, and it really changes up the game entirely because you can only ever have one city in total. That means no conquering, no annexing, no nothing. However, if you conquer an enemy city and raze it to the ground, you get a permanent boost in your gold, mana, and knowledge income. So this is a build intended to be extremely aggressive right from the beginning of the game. The more you can burn down enemy or free cities, the more you can scale up. But if you fail to do so, then you're going to fall behind very quickly. So it's kind of a high risk, high reward, interesting way of playing the game. Now, the secondary traits, this one's a little bit harder because not everything goes really well with something like Chosen Destroyers. I think Prolific Swarmers could be pretty good. This means your racial Tier 1 units would have extra ranks, your non-magical units have less upkeep, and you can grow your city with a little bit less food. Not bad when you only have one city. Ruthless Raiders is what we're going to go with today. This also gives you extra golden draft whenever you do destroy some enemy units. You also get 2 random hero units, or I guess what we could do instead, Scions of Evil wouldn't be half bad for me as well. Cities get extra draft and Imperium per level of evil alignment, and then our units get extra rank if we have max evil. Now, if you're playing as a Chosen Destroyer, it's pretty easy to get max evil alignment. Pure evil is definitely a doable thing. This actually could be a better choice for me. Let's give this one a go. Now, you might think I'm going for the Tome of the Horde for my initial tome, and this would be a very good choice. Spawnkin makes a lot of sense. Fury of the Horde, Blaze of the Horde work well for Tier 1 units. However, there is something new that was introduced into the game. It is called the Tome of Evolution, and this is purely revolving around the Evolve mechanic, which I talked about in one of my tips videos for Age of Wonders, easily overlooked. Certain types of units, like, let's say, Elemental Spirits, or the new Slither Hatchlings and Wyvern Fledglings, could level up into a better form of themselves if you give them enough experience. So, for example, a Wyvern Fledgling gets up to the champion rank, it could evolve into a full-blown Wyvern, Fire, Frost, Gold, or Obsidian in flavor. Same thing with the Slither. There's a lot of units that can do this, but it's an easily overlooked mechanic. This tome is all about it, so it gives you 2 evolvable units plus some spells to make that a little bit better. Rapid Evolution, for example, gets extra experience and a Resurgence trait, which means if a unit dies, they come right back to life after a battle is victorious, only for your units that can evolve. Very good if you pair this with a bunch of Elemental Spirits as well. Youthful Rejuvenation is a healing and strengthening spell, but it doubles its impact on evolving units. Pretty darn cool. So for the sake of the new content, let's play with the Tome of Evolution instead of the Horde. Now here's one more thing that's really cool in the new DLC. No longer do we have only the Champion or Wizard King as our choices for a ruler, we have a Dragon Lord. Yeah, oh baby. Now, what does a Dragon Lord do? Well, starting off with a full-grown dragon is obviously very strong in the early game. The downside is it has a very high gold upkeep right from the beginning, which can be a little bit difficult for small empires. Also, they cannot equip hero items, which makes a lot of sense. However, that does not mean that hero items are useless. Instead, you have the Dragon Horde. You place those hero items into the Dragon's Horde, and it just starts generating passive income depending on the rank of those items. So the more heroes you kill, the more infestations you clear out, the more passive gold generation you get from the Horde underneath your dragon. Pretty cool. Also, the dragons are going to have access to their own special skills and transformations. There we go. This is a pretty cool looking dragon, I think. Now, there are several different kinds of dragon, and it does depend a bit on what kind of damage type you want them to do. For the sake of the lore, I'm going to go ahead and swap these guys over to a nature dragon, so we have blight damage, just like my poisonous lizards over there. Very, very cool. And I'm going to name my dragon the Godworm Viridia of the Bloodthorn, leader of the Wild Drakelings. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, starting with the dragon right off the bat. Now, that feels pretty good. That feels really, really good. I like it. In fact, let's kick things off by immediately sending my dragon into combat. I just want to see what it looks like. All right, having a big dragon. I'm going into this blind, and oh, yes. Me likey having gigantic dragon on my side right away. This is cool. Now, it looks like my enemies have clustered themselves together, which I think is a mistake. Let's go ahead and move forward with my dragon, and we're going to use our Lesser Dragon Breath and apply the blight and poison to all of them. Ha 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 ha! Burn, baby, burn! Oh, that is fun. Yep, I'm going to like this dragon. I'm just telling you right now, I like this a lot. Yeah, these guys didn't stand even a hint of a chance. Alrighty, so this is one of the reasons I wanted to try Chosen Destroyers with the dragons, because my thought here is, if we're going to have a really powerful early game hero unit, can we use that to knock down some early cities? Destroy the early cities, start ramping up that gold mana and knowledge production as early as possible, maybe we can start to snowball. If we can't, we're going to be in for a really rough game, I think. So let's go scouting and looking for some enemies that we can kill. I'm going to get myself an extra scout because that will help. And of course, we're going to pick up a storehouse so we can start getting some food up and running. Remember though, we only have one city, and that's going to make things really quite tricky. However, because we cannot actually set up any new cities, we don't have to save our Imperium as much as usual. So one thing you can do as a Chosen Destroyer is spend some of your early game Imperium to attract population and start annexing additional territories just a little bit faster. So something like this, for example, get that forester up and running. That cuts down a couple turns off of the storehouse, gets us a boost on the battle ritual site for knowledge and draft, etc. The more of these boosts we're able to pick up, obviously the more production we save and the faster we start to snowball. The only downside of this is you're going to start losing a lot of your stability very quickly, so of course toss your Whispering Stone inside. That at least will help a little bit. Now, let's take a look at the dragon itself, all right? So the dragon, you can see here, has a tier 4 primary weapon, all right? And this is determined by what your affinity is going to be. Pretty strong right off the bat, but no hero items along here, with the exception being rings and trinkets. For example, I've got a locket of channeling. We could use this. Not going to need this right now. By not equipping items, though, they're going into the inventory. And from the inventory, you can see we are now gaining some income. The higher the tier of any of these equipment, or whatever items we pick up, the more money we make. And eventually, our dragon might make us way more money than it costs us, which is great. The dragon also gets to level up with a unique set of skills under Dragon Lord, although you could also learn some warfare, battle magic, or support skills as per usual. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Dragon Scales for the extra defense. That's like another 10% physical damage reduction plus some blight resistance. That could be useful, but eventually we can upgrade things like our Dragon Breath or our Roar or become a better governor of our city, etc. Lots of cool things you can do uniquely to the dragon. I love this thing. Oh, we have met another dragon, Astral Serpents Erelaziar of the Vainglorious. Right, okay, an astral dragon. I suspect we will be at odds. Ooh, pretty cool though. A little different from your classic dragon as far as its physique. I like it. And we have met a free city. Okay. Center Pike, huh? Okay, so we need to burn down this city as quickly as possible. It'd be a bit of a risky battle at the moment. If I can get some additional units, maybe go ahead and get myself a Slither. I might even go ahead and hurry that recruitment just so we can get them to the front line quickly before they have a chance of getting many defenses. This is great, right? We want to knock down these cities as early as we can, rake in that extra 40 gold, 20 mana, and 20 research. The sooner we get that, the more value we get over the course of the game. Now, something I could do to try and draw them out a little bit, we could go ahead and start pillaging them right away. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I'll go ahead and trespass and perform a hostile action, which is evil, but remember, we are scions of evil, so that actually is good for us. The more evil we are, the more powerful I can become in some way or another. Let's go ahead and grab some extra production. Ooh, small monster dens and stuff too. Yeah, destroying some of these early infestations is good too, because we'll get the extra experience, plus ideally some hero items, which translates into extra gold. Okay, we destroyed that mine. Let's see if we can get in there and do something. Hold on. What is this? Please do anything. Caught spying for Center Pike. Well, we can make Center Pike very unhappy with us and get some more evil. That could be good. Or get a ransom and stuff. I'll just be evil. Oh, that's fine. I'm more evil than I was before. Excellent. Anyway, what I want to do now is lay siege. We'll do that. Siege projects. I could go for onagers, and that would make it a little bit easier to win this. That said, that's pretty expensive. I'm just going to harass the defenders and try to give them a little bit of damage to start, but let's just go ahead and spend 2 turns doing this. And then any reinforcements I can get in here in time would not go amiss. Okay, we were able to get 2 more units into the fray. It's a low-risk battle now. I'll do an auto-combat first and just kind of see. All right, we actually didn't lose anything, so I don't feel the need to mess it up. Perfect. We have destroyed our first city. We are going to raise it to the ground and get 300 gold out of the arrangement. I could also go over here to the crypt, and we can inspect this person. All right, you've got a weapon, you got some armor and stuff. That's cool. I'm going to sell your remains for some cash, toss that into the dragon's hoard, and now we are making 10 gold per turn. Just like that. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade our Dragon's Breath. Do we want a Comet, which is a longer range 1 hex radius attack? Do we want a much larger cone, or do we want a straight line of 5 hexes? I'm going to go for the cone, because I feel like that's just kind of fun. But that's not terrible for us. Ancient Governor would be nice for us at some point, too. 10 more knowledge, 15 more city stability. That doesn't sound very important, except because we are spending our Imperium to rapidly grow out our city, that order is going to fall apart pretty darn quickly. So it would be nice to have a little bit of extra stability to tide things over. So that city is now done and gone, and just like that, we've got some of that extra mana, some of that money, and our research has jumped up to 92, which, considering it's only turn 14, does not seem that bad. I mean, it could be better, right? I don't think it's as good as the last build per se, but it's still pretty decent. Oh good, we can now summon the fledglings. Beautiful. Let's go for that rapid evolution enchantment. Maybe I can focus on this a little bit, because there is actually another tome in the game that was introduced with this DLC. If you scroll down over here, it is the Tome of Dragons, which is exactly as awesome as you'd think it would be. You get the Flamer focus, so you have Firebomb magic attacks on your mages, you get some really good healing, you get some dragon transformations, you better believe I'm taking advantage of that one, dragon siege progress, and even the young dragon, which, if leveled up, can become a full-blown fire dragon. Oh my yes. So if we can find a way to start reliably getting more XP and evolve our units, I'll be very happy with that. Always clear out some of these small infestations if possible. We get Bloody Edge, a very good sword, and also a Dread Spider mount. Wow, that would be pretty cool if only a dragon could ride a spider. Nonetheless, what this means, though, is we are continuing to get lots of XP, and our horde grows. We've almost paid for our own upkeep at this point. Perfect. Let me go ahead and pick up that Ancient Governor trait I was talking about, so we have better stability back at home. Also, we have a new signature skill. Now, this is new for the dragons. You choose an affinity aspect, and each one does something different, but increases the upkeep of your dragon by 7 mana per turn. So Astral gives you an attunement spell, Chaos lets you do more damage per negative status effect on a target. That works well with my poison. It might work well if I go for Madness or Chaos later. I don't know about that. Materium, Nature, extra hit points, and also Watchful for an extra retaliation attack. That seems good. Let's go ahead and pick that sucker up. Though it does change the color of my belly. Okay, that's kind of a cool trick. So at this point, since we are now making a fair bit of extra money, let's go ahead and continue getting some more of these tier 1 units, at least a handful of them. Because if we can continue pressing the attack and maybe even attack these guys if they turn this into a city, that'd be fantastic. If not that, then maybe we can take out one of these free cities over here. I don't know, I'm not picky, I just want to kill people, all right? I just want to kill people. How strong are these guys in Oldtopia? Not very strong. Maybe we turn around and we go kill these guys. I don't know. One thing that is important is reducing the upkeep of my tier 1 units, so we'll do that and save myself a heck of a lot of gold. Gonna grab the extra food from farms just so I grow a little bit more passively, and I'm gonna pick up the extra knowledge per hero defeated in combat. That got buffed up to 150, by the way, in the last patch, which is going to be pretty helpful, especially since if I take on free cities, odds are pretty good I'll be fighting a lot of heroes, so this could actually be pretty good for me. They did change the first 4 or so, I think, traits for every affinity to be a bit more expensive in Imperium, because what was happening for people is they would dip like 1 point into an affinity, and they were able to get way more access to things that the developers originally intended. So that's been rebalanced a little bit, but honestly, I think that's for the best. Now, let's go ahead and pick up that beloved Tome of the Horde, so I will be able to upgrade my T1 units to become a lot scarier. Oh, I'd also love to get some gold per unit tier killed. Anything that gets me extra sustain, more money, more draft, more mana, more anything to just keep pushing. Pretty much never stop training more units if I can, so I can sustain an endless wall of cheap, affordable, disposable units until I win the game. Also giving myself access to Fireforged Stone so I can get less draft costs on my units, which is going to be very nice. Outposts are still extremely important if you're playing as the Chosen Destroyers. Partly because, as a barbarian, we can use them to get my units quickly healed up and give them some extra movement, which is obviously very nice, but also because this is the only way we're going to be getting a lot of these rare resources to make ourselves a bit more powerful. So outposts are good. To that extent, something that's not insane is actually to get at least a little bit of Materium focus, so you can pick up the military engineering, which reduces the cost and the build time of these outposts, and they start with a work camp built, which is not half bad. Let's see, we got another ability here. What is Terrifying Gorging? A 90% chance of consuming an enemy 1, 2, or 3 tier unit and gaining health back. But even if it fails, deal 30 physical damage. Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, we're doing that. That sounds great. And what I'm seeing here would be considered to be kind of the perfect situation. My neighbor is founding a city right here at this outpost. It'll be done in 1 turn. That is exactly what we're looking for. Jump in, destroy the city, enjoy a lot of extra goodies. Now you might think, well, at that point we want to go ahead and attack them and try to knock them out of the game. And we could if we feel like they're going to be an ongoing threat for us, but it's more to my advantage to let them continue floundering around, settling down outposts, trying to expand, and just eat them every single time. We can farm these puppies in a weird sort of way. Anyway, let's go ahead and enact the Spawnkin, which just basically means we have lots of small little lizards and stuff, but now there's 6 in a group instead of 5. And they get 20% more damage, and with the Tenacious thing, even when some of these guys die, we still retain most of our damage, or at least half of it. So that's pretty good. Could go for that Rapid Evolution now. Do we want to? I guess I have enough mana that I feel decent about that. Yeah, sure, why not? And we could even start summoning a Wyvern. Maybe. Sup, fellow Drago? We're gonna declare a justified war against you. I don't know why it's justified. I don't care if it's justified. I want it to be as evil as possible, but fine, whatever. Get in here, lay siege to the city. So they'll probably send some reinforcements up here, but with any luck, they won't have enough to deal with this, and in 3 turns, we'll get to raise this thing to the ground. Oh, crap. It's one of my rulers, one of my designs. The worldless elves are on this, huh? Yeah, okay. This is not good. So, what do we want for our next tier tome? Well, we could go for the Tome of Revelry. Not bad in a few different ways. Let's see, the Rebels and Carnage. Yeah, so a friendly army could get 30% more experience. Works really well with evolutions, actually. If we wanted to put all of our Slithers, for example, in my Dragon's army, this could be pretty good. We target it with 1 spell, get a load of extra experience. They all have a chance at leveling up a lot faster. This works also in conjunction with a skill. Hold on, let's see. Not this. Blood Fury. I guess this is fine. This works well with a skill for the dragons. If you scroll down here, because we have the Tome of Evolutions, we've got Shepherd as an available trait, which reduces the upkeep for our evolving units, plus gives them extra defense and resistance. So if this wants to be a brood mother dragon who is surrounded by slithers and wyverns, and then we give them lots of extra experience in conjunction with the Rapid Evolution spell, which I just finished right here, that could be a very strong army. And remember, as long as they're tier 1 or 2, if they fall in battle, they'll just come right back, as long as we win the fight. So we can have a load of these things, and it's a replenishing army that has the potential of becoming full-blown dragons. That could be cool. Come on, fellow dragon, you've only got a little bit of time to respond, and you didn't. Oh, cool. I'll just destroy your city then. What is this, the Eternal Freeze? Okay, an ice spider. Let's melt some ice. Ooh, that could be kind of fun. Sure, why not? It's a giant, scary spider, and these things are coming to raid me. Well, that's fine. Let's just deal with this first. All right, get in here and raise the city. All right, so that was uncontested because they hadn't invested anything. I guess the AI decided it wasn't worth it. Totally worth it to me, though, because once this is done, guess what? That's just more money, mana, and research. Love it. Let's boost this even further if I want to get, let's say, a bandit army. Now, this is going to be expensive. Cost me a lot of my gold income. But we did just get a whole extra 6 units, just like that. We can deal with an ongoing threat who wants to take out my mine at the cost of absolutely nothing. And now with this extra push, if you want to come down here and take out, let's say, this city-state who's been threatening me, that would be nice. Then we go underground, and there's another city-state over here, which would be nice. And then if we want to push over here, we could. Or, with any luck, they settle down another outpost and we just keep burning it. Draconic Vitality. There's a minor race transformation that I've got. Alrighty, cool. Let's go for the experience gain I have been talking about and start working on this. This gives me an extra 3 hit points per rank of my own racial units. So the more experience they gain, the more ranks they pick up, the stronger they get, which was already going to happen when they get ranks. This just kind of doubles the effect. Ooh, and this is a fantastic upgrade for Chaos. All right, pillaging a province only takes 1 turn instead of 2, and gets more rewards, and your pillaging units can heal themselves. Fantastic upgrade. I will be making very good use of that. I can have my armies surround this city, for example, while 1 extra group just goes around and burns everything for extra money and health. Not bad. I mean, we're at turn 30, almost, and I've got 4 stacks of armies that are ready to obliterate, and I can afford more, especially once this thing finishes burning. And actually, until this guy settles down another outpost, I'd rather not get attacked by him. What are the odds you'd be interested in making some peace? Seems like they think that I've got leverage on them, and I kind of do, but I want them to live until I can kill them again. So, yeah, let's go ahead and have that whole peace thing. Go create another city. Go nuts. I promise I won't come back and destroy it or anything. No, it's fine. Oh, and I'm now also pure evil. Hooray! That's actually great, because as a scion of evil, that means any new units I train up will get an extra rank. Nice. And the enemy just threw literally everything they've got at me. They killed absolutely nobody, which means the city is undefended. I literally just have to wait for the siege to complete. Haha, cool. A great opportunity to go around and just pillage more stuff for free money. We're already ready to go for our next tome. That was pretty quick. Tell you what, I am going to pick up the Tome of Artificing for a couple of reasons. One, I want that materium because the right thing to do is to place down lots and lots of outposts, and making them cheaper just makes a lot of sense. Second, I'd like to go ahead and get an upgrade for the siege projects. The faster I'm able to take down enemy cities, the more I can get raising power. By the way, raising cities gives extra population. Yeah, that works. Already moving on to the next tome? Good lord, I feel like we're going really fast here. Tome of Pandemonium could be pretty good. Havoc magic and stuff for extra random negative effects. If we get the opportunity to get the chaos aspect on our dragon again, this would stack up very well. Alternatively, there is, the Tome of Dragons. And let's be honest, this is the top priority. Let's go deep underground and see if we can lay siege once again. 7 turns, my gosh. All right, fine, get those bolt repeaters up and running, and, well, you can't do onagers at the same time. You can only have 1 siege weapon. I guess we could spend a little bit of money to reduce their health, and we could probably undermine the walls or do a tower bombardment. I don't think I'm that worried about their towers, if I'm honest. I'd rather just have some extra wall breaches. There we go. Now it's only 5 turns. Still a long time, though. Well, and the AI wants to attack me. That's fine. Let's try an auto combat, just see how that turns out for you, and we're fine. We lost absolutely nothing, and we slaughtered every single one of them. I get myself a bit of extra gold, I get some research, and once done, we get even more stuff, too. We should be getting some draft and stuff, too. I didn't see that happen. Weird. Okay. Dream Vault wants their prisoner back. That's hilarious. No, I'm evil. Draconian transformation is done. Oh, you better believe that's gonna be a thing. Oh, also dragon attack. I want the siege progress. Okay. So units defending take a lot of fire damage, and they have a good chance of being burning, and then there's random fires in the city. Heck yes. This is so fun. I am gonna go to my dragon and give the shepherd trait here, just reducing the upkeep for all my other little guys and making them a little bit stronger. Not that I'm too worried per se, but this is definitely a brood mother. I'd like to level up some of these dang slithers and these wyverns and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Let's actually go ahead and hire myself an extra hero. Do we want a mage, or do we want somebody else? A shield maiden? I think I'd rather have the mage. Let's go ahead and pick you up. Yes, we're over our cap. Yes, it costs a lot of extra money. I don't care. Ooh, young dragons. Yes. Yes, please, and thank you. I would love nothing better than to have many dragons on my side. Oh, hello, little Drago buddy. Yes, there are city ruins over here. If you want to found a city there, you're welcome to it. I'm not using those ruins or anything. Go for it, man. Dang it, he didn't fall for it. Ugh. All right, fine. Fair enough. Oh, hello. There's a little city down over me. Okay, guess what that means? It means I ambush you while you have no idea what's going on, and I declare war, and I kill all of your troops over here. Ha ha ha, bye-bye. And don't think I haven't noticed that you're hiding in the mountains. You stay there if you want to. That's fine. Ooh, Spoils of Destruction. Raising cities gets me an extra 20 gold permanent income. Well, that just stacks up beautifully with what I'm already doing. Prime Evil. I embody malignance. You don't say. Huh. Eat my people, get a chaos boon, and I get enough experience to rank up immediately. I mean, sure, why not? I'll eat them. Let's get the exhilarating roar. That means within 2 hexes of me, all units get strengthened and hastened. That just makes my whole army better. But let's be honest, what's way more important is we can turn our people into little draconians. Realize your troop attack. Oh, that's it? Oh, I just kind of have these little tiny bony wings and little horns on them. It's just, okay. Yeah, whatever, they're right, they're fine. They're the dragon unit type, which means all of my units now have Draconic Rage. And Draconic Rage, of course, means that when our hit points go below 60%, we do 30% more damage. That's, like, unbelievably good. Not to mention we also now have natural regeneration, so we heal really fast, and we're immune to burning. I like it. I'm gonna use my Revels of Carnage on my Broodmother Dragon. There we go. I see you guys have brought some delicious people for me to eat over me. Thank you for coming into my trap, ye fool. Auto combat. Do we lose anybody for doing this? Hopefully not. Nope, not a single freaking loss. Love it, love it. And let's see, we have, nope, not the Wyvern Fledgling. There it is, a Slither. Yay! We evolved one thing. It finally happened. Hooray! Now, if I wanted to, I could totally push into the capital city and just kill these guys and remove them from the game right now. But, like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that when they are so easy to farm for free resources? Oh, yeah, something else I need to do is build the Wyvern Eyrie over here, ideally adjacent to a bunch of farms, because that gets me some extra draft and such. What this is going to do is it's going to give me the production of Wyvern units. Yeah, sure, more Dragos. Oh my gosh, I can train young Fire, Frost, or Obsidian dragons. Oh man, yes. Looks like we have managed to level our dragon up to level 8. We can pick up the Nature Aura. Okay, unit adjacent friendly units get regeneration. I'm guessing this is different depending on the affinity of your dragon, so there's probably a lot of cool abilities that come out of this. Reduce the cooldown of the breath attack, not bad. Let's go for the Nature Aura. I'm just kind of curious what this ends up doing. And then, okay, it looks like we have a standard signature skill. We do not get another aspect. Well, that's a little disappointing. I would have preferred to have more aspects, if I'm honest. Now, this is a pretty fun little skill. Destined Conquerors works well for us. We get grievances against other empires, and the more people we are at war with, the more passive gold and mana income I get. Which pretty much means we want to be at war with everyone if we can, and that would be a great way of sustaining a huge army. I think one of the biggest bottlenecks I'm running into right now is simply the fact that with one city, I can only produce so many units per turn, right? Only one, even if I'm spending my money hurrying recruitment, which is the fastest way to go and certainly a costly way to go. It just takes a long time to build up enough armies to challenge the entirety of the world. And believe it or not, these guys actually have gotten strong enough that they are a threat to me in trying to burn down my outposts. Now, at the end of the day, I'm okay with that. Burn down my outposts. Go for it. I'll happily start trying to pick you off one by one, but still. Like, I don't know if I'm playing it wrong, but this is not... this was a fun play style, but it's not quite as powerful as I wanted it to be. Not by the end of things. At the end of the day, though, the AI sometimes is still an idiot. They saw me pulling toward their capital, they thought they'd pull their armies back, but they have them split enough that now I can pick them off. And what was going to be a major threat is no longer insurmountable. Kill them all, we'll just pillage a few things, and we'll lay siege to their city. This should make my life a lot easier, though. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Reign of Destruction. Raising cities takes 2 turns less. Perfect, and we get more units, and we get more resources. Most importantly, though, I can stop sitting around and waiting for the dang cities to raise. Yeah, 1 turn is all it takes to raise cities now. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're starting to make some progress. It just took all the way up until turn 79, and we're only making 308 knowledge. But I have managed to raise down 8 cities so far, with the 9th on the way, and we can start making a push on this guy's capital. There we go. That is another player knocked out. Lost quite a few units in the process, but we are still trucking along. That's going to be another city burned down, which is going to bring up the total number of destroyed cities to 11. Still not enough. Still not enough. Say goodbye to another player, and that means we should only have 1 left in the overworld. Haha, you fool! Alright, the AI built another city over a ruin and had no defenses, so I instantly raise it. Thank you. That's the sort of thing I wanted to see more of. We have not been getting quite as lucky as I would have liked against the AI, plopping down undefended cities that I could instantly raise for a lot of extra power. Oh, there is one more transformation for your dragons. Ooh, okay, hang on. Become ethereal? That's kind of fun. Become a fiend, an elemental plant-type dragon? What? That just seems weird. You know what, for fun? Okay, let's try it. What's in nature? Wow. Wow. Actually, that's kind of sick. I like it. Not that we're going to have an opportunity to do anything with it, though, because we're about to take Helix Hold and finish off the last player in the game, having finished raising a total of 15 cities. It looks like 15 cities in all. That's not too bad, I think. Is it anywhere near as powerful as some of the other builds I've done? No, this one's a little on the finicky side, but it is an interesting change of pace, isn't it? Definitely gonna go for an absolute bloodbath. Dragons are pretty awesome, but you really need to have a good strategy in place for rapidly evolving them if you want to get the maximum value. And to be honest, I haven't quite figured that out yet. The Charms of Revelry certainly helped get a lot of experience. The extra rapid evolution spells certainly helped, but yeah, you need to have at least 1 or 2 heroes with the Shepherd trait and really, really focus on protecting and evolving those units. That's when you get strong. Otherwise, the dragons are just kind of like, okay. Still, obviously the idea behind these dragons is exceptionally fun, and I'm going to be playing around with a bunch of different builds with these guys to see if I can make dragons more viable than I did in this particular run. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope you're looking forward to the DLC, which again, I remind you, comes out on June 20th. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.